Antarctica, a vast icy wilderness, a place where the cold is so intense it feels like another world entirely. This frozen continent, larger than Europe and almost entirely covered in a thick ice sheet, holds mysteries that have intrigued scientists for decades, a land of breathtaking beauty and unparalleled scientific importance. Its pristine environment offers a unique window into Earth's past, present and future. Researchers brave the extreme conditions to uncover the secrets buried beneath the ice, but beneath its frozen facade lies a secret that has been hidden for millennia, locked away by the immense pressure of the ice above. This secret is not just a relic of the past, but a force that could shape our future. Deep within the ice, there are volcanoes, some of which are still active. These volcanoes have the power to unleash devastating eruptions, capable of altering the global climate and impacting life across the planet. Scientists have only recently begun to understand the full extent of this system, using advanced technology to peer through the ice and map the volcanic landscape below. When these volcanoes erupt, they can send ash and gases high into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and causing temperatures to drop. The effects can be felt around the world, from crop failures to changes in weather patterns. For centuries, these volcanoes have remained dormant, their fiery breath held in check by the immense weight of the ice sheets. The ice acts as a cap, preventing the magma from reaching the surface. But this delicate balance is now under threat. The effects of climate change are being felt most acutely in the polar regions, where temperatures are rising faster than anywhere else on Earth. As the ice melts, it not only contributes to rising sea levels, but also reduces the pressure on the volcanoes below. Climate change is warming our planet, and Antarctica is on the front line. The ice that has held these volcanoes in check for thousands of years is retreating, and with it, the stability of the region is being compromised. Scientists are racing against time to understand the implications of this melting ice and the potential for volcanic activity. As the ice retreats, the pressure on the volcanoes lessens. This reduction in pressure can trigger volcanic eruptions as the magma finds it easier to reach the surface. The consequences of such eruptions could be far-reaching, affecting not just the local environment but the entire planet. Deep beneath the West Antarctic ice sheet lies a geological marvel, the West Antarctic Rift System. This hidden world is a complex network of rifts and volcanoes stretching across a vast expanse of the continent. It is a place where the Earth's crust is being pulled apart, creating a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. The forces at play here are immense, shaping the very foundation of our planet. This vast network of rifts and volcanoes stretches for thousands of kilometers, a testament to the immense forces that have shaped our planet. The rift system is a key area of study for geologists, as it provides valuable insights into the processes that drive plate tectonics and volcanic activity. Understanding these processes is crucial for predicting future geological events and assessing the potential risks they pose. It is a region of intense geological activity where the Earth's crust is being pulled apart. This pulling apart, or rifting, is caused by the movement of tectonic plates. As the plates move away from each other, magma from the mantle rises to fill the gap, creating new crust. This process is responsible for the formation of new ocean basins and the creation of volcanic islands. The volcanoes of the West Antarctic Rift System are different from those found elsewhere on Earth. Unlike the towering cone-shaped volcanoes of the Pacific Ring of Fire, the volcanoes here are often hidden beneath thick layers of ice. This makes them difficult to study, but also provides a unique opportunity to learn about volcanic activity in extreme environments. They are buried beneath kilometers of ice, their fiery breath muffled by the immense weight of the ice sheet above. The ice acts as a natural barrier, preventing the release of volcanic gases and ash into the atmosphere. This has a significant impact on the local environment, as well as on global climate patterns. The pressure exerted by the ice acts as a lid, keeping the volcanoes in check. This pressure is so great that it can alter the behavior of the volcanoes, causing them to erupt less frequently and with less intensity. However, this delicate balance is being threatened by the effects of climate change. But the ice is not invincible. As global temperatures rise, the ice sheet is melting at an alarming rate. This melting is causing the ice to thin, reducing the pressure on the volcanoes and increasing the likelihood of eruptions. The consequences of this could be far-reaching, affecting not only the local environment but also global climate patterns. It is melting at an alarming rate as global temperatures rise. The melting ice is contributing to rising sea levels, which pose a threat to coastal communities around the world. In addition, the release of trapped volcanic gases could have a significant impact on the atmosphere, potentially accelerating the effects of climate change. As the ice thins, the pressure on the volcanoes lessens. This reduction in pressure can trigger volcanic eruptions, releasing ash and gases into the atmosphere. These eruptions can have a cooling effect on the climate in the short term, but the long-term impact of the released gases could contribute to global warming. The lid is slowly being lifted. As the ice continues to melt, the delicate balance that has kept the volcanoes in check is being disrupted. The future of the West Antarctic rift system is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The forces at play here have the potential to reshape our planet in profound ways. Climate change is the single greatest threat facing our planet today. It is not just an environmental issue, but a multifaceted crisis that affects every aspect of our lives. From the air we breathe to the food we eat, climate change is altering the very fabric of our existence. The rising temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and increasing frequency of extreme weather events are all symptoms of a planet in distress. It is a global crisis that demands urgent action. Governments, organizations, and individuals around the world are coming together to address this pressing issue. Climate change conferences are being held, policies are being drafted, and protests are erupting in cities worldwide. The collective voice of humanity is growing louder, calling for immediate and decisive action to combat this existential threat. And nowhere are the effects of climate change more apparent than in Antarctica. This remote and icy continent is experiencing some of the most dramatic changes on Earth. The pristine landscapes of Antarctica, once thought to be untouched by human activity, are now showing signs of distress. The ice sheets, which have existed for millennia, are melting at an alarming rate. The ice sheets are melting at an unprecedented rate, pouring billions of tons of water into the oceans each year. This influx of fresh water is not only contributing to rising sea levels, but also disrupting ocean currents and marine ecosystems. The delicate balance of life in the oceans is being thrown into chaos, with far-reaching consequences for both marine and terrestrial life. This melting ice has a profound impact on the volcanoes of the West Antarctic rift system. The weight of the ice has long acted as a stabilizing force, keeping the volcanic activity in check. However, as the ice melts and the pressure decreases, the dynamics of the region are changing. The once dormant volcanoes are now showing signs of awakening. As the ice thins, the pressure on the volcanoes lessens. This reduction in pressure allows the magma beneath the Earth's surface to move more freely. The geological forces at play are complex, but the basic principle is clear. Less ice means less pressure, and less pressure means more volcanic activity. The delicate balance that has existed for thousands of years is being disrupted. The magma beneath the Earth's surface, once held in check by the weight of the ice, begins to rise. This rising magma increases the likelihood of volcanic eruptions. The potential for volcanic activity in Antarctica is not just a theoretical concern, it is a real and present danger. The signs are there for those who are willing to look. The volcanoes are becoming increasingly unstable. Scientists are closely monitoring the situation using advanced technology to track changes in the landscape and predict potential eruptions. The data they are collecting is both fascinating and alarming. The stability of the Antarctic region is under threat, and the implications are global. Scientists believe that it is only a matter of time before a major volcanic eruption occurs in Antarctica. The question is not if, but when. The potential consequences of such an eruption are staggering. The release of ash and gases into the atmosphere could have a profound impact on global climate, further exacerbating the very problem that caused it. The consequences of such an eruption would be devastating. The immediate impact on the local environment would be catastrophic, with widespread destruction and loss of life. The long-term effects on the global climate could be equally severe, with potential disruptions to weather patterns, agriculture, and human health. The time to act is now, before the fuse ignites and the chain reaction begins. Imagine a world where coastal cities are submerged beneath rising seas, where extreme weather events become the norm, where global food supplies are disrupted, leading to widespread famine. This is the potential future that awaits us if we fail to address the threat of volcanic eruptions in Antarctica. The immediate impact of a major eruption would be catastrophic. Tsunamis would race across the Southern Ocean, inundating coastal communities and crippling infrastructure. Ash clouds would blanket the atmosphere, disrupting air travel and plunging the planet into darkness. But the long-term consequences would be even more severe. The massive influx of fresh water into the oceans would disrupt ocean currents, altering global weather patterns. Sea levels would rise by meters, displacing millions of people and submerging entire island nations. Section 5. A race against time. The ice melts faster each year. The situation is urgent. Every year, the ice sheets of Antarctica melt at an alarming rate. The rate of melt is accelerating, driven by rising global temperatures. The clock is ticking. We are in a race against time to avert a global catastrophe. Scientists warn that we are approaching a tipping point. If we do not take immediate action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the melting of the Antarctic ice sheet will become irreversible. The consequences for our planet would be catastrophic. The time for complacency is over. We must act now to protect our planet for future generations. Section 6. Turning the tide, our last chance to act. The future may seem bleak, but there is still hope. We have the power to avert the worst effects of climate change and prevent a volcanic catastrophe in Antarctica. But we must act now. We must act decisively. The single most important step we can take is to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. We must transition to a clean energy future, powered by renewable sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal energy. We must also invest in research and development to find new and innovative ways to combat climate change. Section 7. The future hangs in the balance. The fate of our planet hangs in the balance. The choices we make today will determine the future of humanity. If we continue on our current path, we are condemning ourselves to a future of climate chaos and global instability. But if we choose to act, if we choose to embrace a sustainable future, we can create a world where both humanity and nature can thrive. The time for action is now. Section 8. Be the change, a call to action. The challenge before us is great, but it is not insurmountable. Each and every one of us has a role to play in averting a global crisis. We can make a difference. Educate yourself about climate change and the threat it poses to our planet. Talk to your friends and family about the issue. Contact your elected officials and urge them to take action. Support organizations that are working to combat climate change. Make sustainable choices in your own life. Reduce your carbon footprint. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create a brighter future for all.